Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse.
Take a look at that. Whew.
Checking the flower bed out front of the house.
Well, we've been having some wet spells. In fact, we just finished our 10% chance of rain this morning. So what we're going to do, we've got behind on our maintenance because of the rain. So we're going to take a tour today and identify what needs to be done. So let's start on the west bed.
Okay.
Oh, as you go by, you might take a look at the red dahlia that's blooming.
Is that this guy here?
Yeah, that's that guy right there.
That is beautiful. And then there's the orange ones there too, isn't it?
No, those are zinnias.
Zinnias, they're not dahlias. Well,
and then come over here. Here's a cute little dahlia. This is just glorious. Look at that guy.
Wow, that is I have to admit that's amazing. Yes.
Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Okay, we have, the first thing we have is just this wild section here. And I think all I need to do here maybe is just come in and deadhead some of this bachelor button because it does tend to take over. We have a really pretty rose blooming over there, so I need to deadhead it. And then this is just a perennial garden that looks really great in the spring, but this time of year it gets kind of bad. I'm gonna come and deadhead this. These are new blossoms, and you can see they're kind of fat and got moisture. This is a spent blossom. You can kind of see the difference. Those all need to be cut back. And it looks like it could use a little food too.
Yeah.
This is what that plant looks like when it's blooming. And we have, oh, look at here. We have Canadian thistle that is just really hard to get rid of. So I need to work on this today. That's a little dogwood tree here. And I kind of was thinking I needed to start shaping it. So I read up on it today. And it really says no, that I should wait till late fall or early winter. Look, there's another thistle.
Yeah. By the way, sweetheart, my bald head tells me the rain's starting again.
Maybe we won't get any of this done today. This needs to be deadheaded. And as you can see, our pole beans are making their way over the fence.
Yeah, on the other side of this fence is the raspberry patch with the pole beans up against the fence. Well, you can see that they're coming over to the outside as well.
These are our foxglove. And as you can see, it's pretty well done blooming. However, I don't deadhead it because it's a biennial. And so I want it to seed.
So what you're doing is running your hands up and down, knocking the seeds to the ground.
Yeah, because those seeds will germinate and produce little tiny plants this fall. And then they'll winter over.
Uh-huh.
And next year they'll bloom. So that's biennial, 2 years. Oh, here's something interesting. This is a tiny little hawthorn tree that I got. And it's starting to do really good, but I probably need to come, look at how I need to come. It
needs to be tied up a little bit.
Tied up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really, really growing. I feel a little rain too.
Yeah, it's took a while to get through your thick head of hair to, in fact, it's starting to rain real good.
Yeah, if you come over this way, you can stay under the tree.
Oh, okay.
And get a picture of the sagebrush. This came up volunteer from the neighbor's sagebrush. So I transplanted a bunch of the little plants and we're going to make a hedge here because this is an unirrigated area. So these will grow without water.
Yeah. And in fact, that's the way they will end up. Regular old desert sagebrushes. Nothing fancy about that. There's just thousands of miles of the stuff out here. We just happen to have some in our front yard. Okay, well, don't look, folks. We're going through our garage, car parked. These shelves are just a product for the business. A few tools back in the corner, and then outside we go. Yeah, it's still raining a bit. You can see right on the pond the water sprinkling on things, but you want to head over to the garden, dear?
Sure, the rain won't hurt us, will it?
Not going to hurt me
I mean,
any.
it'll ruin my beautifully coiffed hair or whatever.
Yeah. You were going to talk about the tomatoes.
Yeah. Oh, this is something. This is a type of milkweed that we've planted for the
Monarch butterflies.
monarch butterflies that never show up. But
Yeah.
who knows, someday maybe.
Yeah.
The tomatoes, all of this new growth like this is not going to produce tomatoes in time. And we've got plenty of tomatoes. So what I need to do is come in here and thin out these new branches and cut out some of these big leaves so that the tomatoes
Tomatoes that are there can go ahead and ripen.
Yeah. And then over here I have this volunteer Sweet 100 that is totally out of control. So I need to come and cut it back a bit.
Yeah. Because if half of those green ones in there produce, there'll be enough for us in the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. So yeah, this is more, see this Sweet 100, well, I don't know if this is Sweet 100 or no, this is the regular.
No, that's got to be something else, Gretchen.
This is the regular tomato, and like this needs to be cut out probably. I'll cut down to here, then back to there, cut this out. Nope, there's a tomato on that too, so I have to watch out. Sometimes I cut off tomatoes when I do this. Oh, my cover's flipped over. This is to keep the worms out of the Brussels sprouts. The newly planted beans, my second crop of bush beans are coming along here. This is our natural garden here. And as you can see, we're getting lots of good seeds. And we have a butterfly bush that it's in an awkward place and I just can't decide. I might just let it grow.
Well, it came up naturally here. I don't know. We don't know how it got there, do we?
No, we really don't.
Well, then it's a natural wild team or whatever the heck.
Yeah, sometimes you have to let the garden do what it wants to do.
Yeah.
And
now back over here at the peppers, I wanted to talk about that for a minute.
oh yeah.
We bought a package of mild chili peppers. In fact, that's one of the really nice chili peppers, and there's several more in here. And this morning I came out and said, darn, those look like jalapenos. I'll try some with breakfast and find out. Trust me, folks, they're jalapenos.
Let's go along. Oh, look at these. I love these.
Aren't those beautiful tomatoes, though?
Ooh. And this is a rhubarb.
It's charred.
Charred.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I trimmed this back a little bit. It was getting in the way of the lawnmower. But it's probably going to need a good trimming.
Yeah, this fall we'll cut it way back.
A dogwood. And what I need to do is get rid of some of these old branches and let the new branches go. It's too thick in there. We have a tiny little apple tree back there that Al's sister started.
Is that cinnamon apple?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
No, that's not the cinnamon. That's the Liberty. Isn't the cinnamon there? This is the Liberty.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll report more on that downstream as it gets larger and we get some produce from it.
We've taken out most of the sunflowers because they were just out of control, but we left that one. Look at it. Phew. That's got to be...
Oh, it's
10 feet?
10, 12 feet anyway.
Yeah.
If it was standing straight and tall, it would be easily 12 feet.
I keep thinking I'm going to pull this up, but I just kind of like it. It's
We don't
just,
know whether it's a weed or a
oh,
plant,
it
but
is a
it's
weed.
it's a weed, but
It's
it's
a
kind of
weed.
a pretty weed.
Yeah. A weed is something I didn't plant.
Yeah.
This is the cinnamon tree that Al's sister started. She was grafting trees and she got more than she
So
wanted.
the apples on it, when or if we get any, are supposed to have a cinnamon flavor to them naturally. So that would be kind of interesting.
She grafted this in 2015.
16?
15.
15, okay.
Yeah.
I can also see that the lawn definitely needs to be mowed if it ever dries out enough so that it doesn't clump up in the mower.
This is Rambler Rose is what I think it is. It was here before when we moved in. And there's some wild rose coming up in it. So it's going to need some work this fall. What you need to do is cut out the old stuff because next year's blossoms will be on this new stuff. Here's a eastern redbud tree that I've started, but I can't figure out where to plant it. Well, first of all, we pruned back the clematis.
It's growing back pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming back really good. I think this is an early blooming, which is a group 1, which blooms on the last year's growth. Now, I don't know if we'll get enough growth on that one to have blooms, but it was a mess. These were really out of control. But as you can see, this one is doing really good. It's got another couple months to grow.
And these right here are the squash plants that we pulled out of the raised bed last week and moved and transplanted, and they never missed a beat. They just kept right on going.
Yeah, they like it here, don't they?
They seem to like it really, really well.
Yeah. Now, he talked about the raspberries. You remember how we pruned the raspberries? Look at this growth.
And we're going to have to cut some of that out.
This is where the berries will be next year. And so what we're going to do, this one is not tied in very good. I need to do some work on it. I'm going to keep all of this low growth cut back and keep these side branches up here and keep them at a reasonable size, trying to get all the berries up on the top so they'll be easier to pick. It's getting hard for us to bend down. And then take a look at the boysenberries back here. They are really growing after. So you see all of this stuff that's coming, that will all be cut out. And the only thing we're going to keep is the stuff we've got up here. And we'll keep these, probably no longer than down to this second wire.
And there on the fence is the other side of the beans that we were looking at a few minutes ago. Out in front of the house, they just grown up over the fence. Hey, we're the Beaties from Boise, Idaho, signing off of another Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse. See ya.